Hello, and welcome, boys and girls. This time I'm playing Ramses the second, one of my favorite leaders, since c5. Unlike both of Cleopatra's, Ramses has actually useful bonus that can help you to achieve victory. So let's talk about starting position. I'm not happy to see a seashore. I don't want to play a naval game as a non-naval civ. On the other hand, I don't have that much options. So I decided just to settle maze, and in case I have to play naval, I will just build distant harbor. We also have a good news here. We have a stone, so we can build Stonehenge. This is crucial wonder for a wonderful Egypt build. You can check guide for this build by clicking link in the description. Point of this build is to rush wonder in every initial city so you can accumulate extra faith. And I'm quite happy to see a lot of rivers and even desert. Thanks to better balanced city center mod which granted us 3-1 base, I was able to construct 2 scouts. Usually for astrology opening you can build only one. Because we're playing religious opening we don't need God King policy card, so I'm using urban planning. If you have a 3-1 base, it is a good idea to work 1-3 toil, so you can have more production, which I'm doing right now. I had to spend extra 25 gold for that, but it's okay. Right after first settler is done, I'm starting construction of Stonehenge. Unfortunately, there is only one place available for it and we won't have any good things around it. There was a few options where to settle Shadid, but I decided to place it on the wine tile. It gives us extra amenities right away. Because of a timer, I was in some sort of panic mode and completely forgot that you should build Holy Site in a second city right away. One turn before Stonehenge finished, Barbarian Scout appeared on our borders. He could have blocked its construction, but he fled before the face of the pharaoh. I decided not to rush with the religion and was waiting till the holy site will be constructed. But when it was done, I figured out that I don't have a pantheon yet and can't found a religion, even though I had 18 out of 12 needed faith. Our land had not that big amount of floodplains, so I choose God of Craftsman Pantheon, which makes our Sphinx even less effective. With this build, it is better to have a Lady of Recent Marshes Pantheon so you can construct Sphinx around your wonders. This move allows you to skip monument construction and you can spend that 30 production somewhere else. Finally, I can choose a religion, and obviously I'm going for a wonderful religion. Divine inspiration and sacred places works extremely well together. I completely lost my sanity and went for drum and poetry right away for no reason at all. I had to buy Slinger to get rid of Barbarian Scout who pillaged my shrine. Usually scouts never do this, but I believe this one was from the destroyed Barbarian camp. I fixed a shrine and decided to build a couple of builders instead of settlers. Once again, short timer and a panic mode forced me to act beside the purposes. I chaotically moved builders here and there and completely forgot about policy card, so finished settler and hanging gardens without any bonuses for it. 1033 finally reached government, but instead of autocracy, took classical republic. If you want to construct some wonders, autocracy is the best government type because it gives you extra 10% and additional production in a capital. But classical republic is good as well, the only problem I have about 0 districts. But after that I overcome myself and made no silly mistakes entire game. Thanks to monumentality dedication I had to fix all those mistakes I've done. First I have to buy a settler which I haven't built earlier. Second, I had agreement with France and India for naval trading. That is why my settler heading south to found coastal city. Also, I finally got boost for masonry and started construction of Great Pyramids. I completely forgot to tell you about my governor choice, so first Governor Moksha, it will help you to spread your religion because we don't actually want to spend faith on missionaries, and of course it grants you extra culture. And the second one is Bengala because we are in monumentality and have no other option to get stats. One of the key rules of Civilization 6 is that you must have classical era unit before turn 40. It's not that necessary for an FFA game, but yet I have no friends around me. So I decided to chop couple of horses and will use them to attack Muscat. It is better to conquer city-state nearby than to seize it. With this amount of civics open it and production overflow, I can chop horse in a single turn. While I was chopping horses in the capital, I finally built a sphinx. Without a lady of recent Marsh's pantheon, it's not effective to construct more than one sphinx, even though it will boost my faith income. Also, because of failed district management, Chop Fiesta isn't over yet. I decided to chop wheat around city so I can have 7 pop in it and can construct Theatral Square. Because of all the mess that happened earlier, my build order is way too far from ideal. I hardly doubted that I could have any district discount this time and decided to replace districts as soon as possible, so at least they would be cheaper by the time when I can start its construction. Also, because I'm playing Cultural Civ, I think it would be nice to have a couple of early rioters, but I don't have any district yet. But setup itself is pretty neat, +4, +4 and +6 theatral square. Turn 41, I declared war to Muscat, and the city itself already had a district, which is nice. In total, I built 4 horsemen, and only 4 horsemen attack were needed to conquer the city. Also, couple of turns earlier, I built settler in size and decided to settle Canal City. That city placement means that I have to play the thing I tried to avoid, the naval Egypt. So, first district to construct in newly built cities is Harbor. But with this decision, we have a small trouble. I noticed Greece on the coastline. Even though he had no great admiral points yet, doesn't mean that he have no naval cities. I must check his territory and other surroundings, so I will use all my 4 horsemen as scouts. I also trying to be a good neighbor with all civilization I've met. So I sent as many delegations as possible. It appears it's not forbidden by any rules. Turn 47. Found my last city in Wu. Settled it right on horse style because I'd like to have a nice industrial zone set up with the Muscat, and of course I don't want to ruin those wheat. The time has come to construct harbor in Thebes. Once again, I completely forgot to replace this district, but this game is so messy, so I don't really care about district price anymore. But I'm still trying to construct wonder in each of my cities. That is why I'm building 2 galleys. First of all, it will boost shipbuilding, and second, I need more information about my surroundings. With the help of almighty projects, I took last ancient great writer right before the Greece. In total, I got 2 out of 5, and I think it's an amazing result. I was accumulating some phase so I can buy 5 charged builders right after I discovered feudalism, so once I opened it, I bought few of them. But everything this game going wrong, I forgot to swap policy card and got only 3 charged builders instead. But not only the builder wave was messed up, I forgot to promote Moksha. That is game-changing mistake. I lost more than 150 culture by 1050. But even with all those things went wrong, I still somehow have a good stats. This is another proof that Ramses II is a superior thief and it's easy to play, and even though you're playing like a noob, you can achieve victory with this, or at least a good stats. Despite all those local bad news, we had global good news here. Greece is not a naval thief. That means I can freely swim without worrying about seaside raids, or even a full-scale invasion. So pedal to the metal, build some triangle farms and grow those cities to the 13 popes and above. And we're about to hit a big trade, thanks to those harbors that about being finished. Era shifts turn 53 and I'm not sure what to take. Usually I spend Russian voice, but I have not that bad culture, so I decided to go for another round of monumentality. Because I had to buy settlers, I haven't bought enough builders to improve all necessary tiles. Finally got extra title to promote Moksha. Got extra 10 culture immediately. We're getting more and more and more traders, and now it's time to go externals. Somehow we have no alliances yet, but we're about to get research and cultural alliance with France and India. At last discovered medieval fairs and can use aesthetic policy card. This boosts my culture even further and I got extra 30 culture just in a couple of turns. We also had an amazing congress. Majority voted for faster campus buildings construction and extra policy card for a merchant republic. That's an amazing news because I'm about to hit merchant republic and would like to have extra science with the campus construction. Discovered Merchant Republic 1057 finally can use all trading policy cards. Also, long-awaited alliances were made. And we're about to get big. But As usual, because of some bullshit, we got scrapped. But Mama didn't raise no quitter, so I decided to finish the game with an AI opponents. At first, I just wanted to play till turn 60 so I can check how big I can become with all those trade routes and extra paths I just got. I just couldn't stop playing because I'm really in love in Ramses II Egypt. So once again, I went for Merchant Republic and used all the good policy cards I ever dreamed for. Also, we have same Congress resolutions. So I'm planning to construct as many universities as possible in the next 20 turns, or even faster. Discovered diplomatic service turn 59, and this time I didn't forget to use the banking policy card. But it looks like I don't have enough externals, even though I can construct 9 trade routes. So I will buy them with a gold or with a face because I'm still in a monumentality. Volcano is about to erupt next to Svenet, so we must chop all those resources or they will be lost. It is time for a third expansion wave and I decided to construct a couple of settlers. They are way too expensive to buy them with a face and I have quite good amount of production in Thebes and Svenet. It also looks like Invu will be one of my major cities. Thanks to Triangle Farm and Watermill, it grows rapidly. But unfortunately, traders here are not that great, and they are not going to be any better because we're playing against an AIs. And as you're aware, AI doesn't know how to play this game at all. So I decided to check, can I have some good trade routes in the cities that were planned by a man? And as you can see, we can have nice options with the Greece, but by CPL rules I can't have more than 2 friendships. Even though I'm playing against AI, I will try to not break these rules. So as you can see, the best trade routes available in Rakadiet and I believe in Ahedaton. But I'm slightly disappointed because I could have way better trade routes with Greece. But because I met him later, I thought we will never be able to have an alliance. Constructing the Great Lighthouse in Ahedaton, even though it is not that necessary anymore. But we're having a nice religion which gives us extra stats, so why not to build wonders? Because I met few blue city-states, I must use Diplomatic League policy card, so I can send 3 envoys in each of it and gather even more science with less envoys used. Turn 62 I got Imhotep. I was planning to construct something big and popular, so I did a couple of projects earlier. And I think the best thing you can construct is aqueduct. Okay, no, it's not an aqueduct. It is Forbidden City, of course. Unfortunately, Imhotep didn't know much about Chinese architect, so he wasn't quite useful and saved us only at 3 turns. Luckily, Isidorus of Miletus was the next great engineer, so I started to make even more projects. I got him in a 3 turns and immediately sent him to a construction site. Looks like they both were equal and Isidorus saved us extra 3 turns. While I was playing with an engineers, our empire reached civil engineering. So now we can construct 5 charged builders even faster with the help of public works policy card. It took us 7 turns and 2 engineered charges, but we finished the Forbidden City. We're done with all other tasks, and now it's time to construct some industrial zones. And because there's only one farm left, I decided to do what I wouldn't recommend to do anyone. Let's build a dam instead of that lonely farm. Era is about to shift and we will lose campus buildings construction boost resolution. So I'm trying to construct as many universities as possible. And only after all those universities will be finished, we can continue construction of industrial zones. Turn 71, industrialization discovered, and it looks like next 10 turns we'll construct only brown districts and buildings. Finally, our scouts paid off. We can trade luxury resources with an AI. It's not that much, but main goal for late game is having positive amenities. It is better and easier to get more amenities than to construct more cities and districts in it. The easiest way to boost amenities is to build zoo and water parks. It's in a top civic tree and you must discover astronomy to boost colonialism and construct an archaeological museum to have an inspiration to natural history. It will take you no time to get at least plus 10% amenity bonuses in your cities with these districts being constructed. Keep in mind that zoo has 6 tile radius and aqua park has 9. Another good way of getting amenities are sewers. With a BBG mod, it grants extra amenity. I haven't met a single person who would build two neighborhoods for sanitation Eureka. And not because it's bad, but because in most cases you'll get partisans because of constructing it. And the last thing that is somehow rarely used is national parks. Unfortunately, I couldn't have one this time because I had no place where to establish it. I have constructed few of those districts and buildings we were talking about, and you can see the 100 signs difference. But hey, why should we waste that extra science if we can just have replaceable pause boost? So I'm constructing musketmans and will promote them to line infantry. Meanwhile, learning some other techs. I wasn't paying that much attention for great scientist points, and somehow got Dmitry Mendeleev. He was reworked in a PBG and it grants 50% production toward labs. So after promoting those musketeers, it's only one turn till chemistry. It is quite an unusual way of achieving cultural victory which I'm aiming for, because you don't need 400 science to get it. But to be honest, all that science comes from the blue city states I'm having invoids in. So I'm trying to balance science and culture income by sending invoids in the cultural city states. Turn 92. Heroic era started. If you're playing meta, in most cases you'll get industrialization golden age. So I just took 3 out of 4 dedications and quite happy about it. We're almost done with the labs and our science skyrocketing. We just had the resolution which somehow boosted Merchant Republic instead of democracy. Okay, and we got 50% discount to nuclear power plant. That's awesome. I'm a bit disappointed that I couldn't have additional policy card for democracy. But I don't think that it's a big trouble because we're having excessive amenities now. And the time has come to farm some extra great artist points. That's weird, but I think I forgot to discover Bali, so I can only use Fresca's policy card for now. I figured it out a couple of turns later and immediately researched that civic. But we're not only going to farm great artist points passively. I'm launching theater square festivals in every single city wherever I can. While doing so, I was constructing the Maracana Stadium. I got Gustavo Eiffel for free and couldn't find any better use for him. With his help, Maracana Stadium was finished just in 2 turns. With it being constructed, now I have +5, +6 and +8 amenities in every single city. With all those extra amenities I have and broadcast centers finally have decent amount of culture. The only problem that left is the lack of tourism. Now I think it would be easier for me to achieve scientific victory with only 200 tourism by turn 102. But I found a perfect solution to this problem: the biosphere. I don't want to say I was lucky, but landscapes are the easiest artworks you can have theme with. You can also have an easy theme with religious artworks, but I don't have one, and the sculpture looks like the hardest one. And of course, you should not forget about artifacts, which I have none. With a theme and a capital promoted moksha, environmentalism, and computers, I got almost 1200 tourism by turn 110. It is 6 times more than we had 8 turns ago. But surprisingly for me, it was not enough. As you can see, AIs have quite good amount of culture. Notice, it is not a deity difficulty level, it's a king, but because it was played by man and district that plays it with the brains, they got amazing stats. I finished Sydney Opera, transferred some music artwork there, but still got only 1600 of tourism. I even got a sculpture theme, but it still was not enough. I tried my best with the rock bands, but they was not that effective, so it is time for a plan C. I bought and built workers and started to construct windmills everywhere. Biosphere was finished on 121 and we got 200 tourism boosts immediately. So I had to turn my beautiful country into Netherlands with all those windmills everywhere. I even started to construct seastead, but wasn't sure how much tourism do they give. By turn 135 I generated 652 tourism. This is enormous amount of tourism was needed to achieve victory against AIs, who used to be a players for a first 55 turns. Well, that's it, boys and girls. Thanks a lot for watching till the very end. If you are still here, please don't forget to leave a comment, like and share. If you're not subscribed yet, please subscribe. All the sections will push this video and the channel according to YouTube algorithms. Sending you some positive vibes, much love, have a nice day.